In the bustling streets of a small town in India, Anjali and Lucky had been inseparable since childhood. Anjali, with her sharp wit and endless ambition, dreamed of building something of her own. Away from the mundane job at her family's textile shop, Lucky, her childhood friend turned confidant, was the easygoing one, always cracking jokes, supporting her ideas, and secretly harboring feelings he never dared to confess. They were in their mid-20s now, both struggling with dead-end jobs and the pressure of family expectations. Anjali worked long hours selling fabrics, while Lucky drove a delivery van dreaming of a better life. One rainy evening, as they sat in their favorite chai stall sheltering under a leaky tin roof, Anjali slammed her phone down in frustration. Another rejection. She sighed. I applied for that marketing job in the city, but they said I lack experience. How am I supposed to get experience if no one gives me a chance? Lucky handed her a steaming cup of tea, his eyes soft with concern. You'll figure it out, Anjali. You always do. Remember when we were kids and you turned that old bicycle into a cart to sell lemonade? You made more money than the shop down the street. She laughed, but her eyes sparkled with a new idea. That's it. No bosses, no rejections. Just us? Lucky raised an eyebrow. Oos, like a business. What would we even sell? Anjali leaned in, her voice dropping to a whisper. Underwear. Chaddi business. Lucky choked on his tea, coughing wildly. What? Are you serious? In this town, people here blush just hearing the word. But Anjali was dead serious. She had noticed how the local markets were flooded with cheap, uncomfortable imports, and women especially complained about the lack of quality options. Men too, though they never admitted it. Think about it, Lucky. It's a basic need. Everyone wears them, but no one talks about it. We can make comfortable, affordable ones. Cotton breathable, stylish even. Local manufacturing, fair prices. We'll call it comfort threads or something catchy. Lucky stared at her, half amused, half terrified. The idea was bold, almost taboo in their conservative community, where discussing innerwear openly was frowned upon. But seeing the fire in her eyes, he couldn't say no. Fine. He grinned. But if we go bankrupt, you're buying me Che for life. That night, they shook hands over a shared plate of samosas, partners in what would become the adventure of their lives. The beginning was anything but smooth. Anjali's from years of scrimping, Lucky's from odd jobs, and rented a tiny workshop on the outskirts of town. Anjali handled designs, sketching simple yet modern patterns inspired by what she saw in magazines and online trends. She wanted something empowering, soft fabrics for women, supportive fits for men, fun colors to break the monotony. Lucky took care of sourcing materials and learning the basics of stitching from an old tailor uncle who agreed to help in secret. Their first challenge was production. The machines they bought second-hand kept breaking, and the fabric suppliers laughed when they heard it was for Chaddi's. Pitta, sell kurtas or saris, safe business, one supplier advised. But Anjali persisted, negotiating deals and even traveling to nearby cities for better cotton. Lucky, with his charm, convinced a few local women to stitch from home, promising fair wages. Slowly, their stock grew. Packs of plain white briefs for men, colorful panties for women, even some experimental seamless ones. Marketing was the real hurdle. How do you sell something no one wants to buy publicly? They couldn't afford big ads, so Anjali came up with discreet packaging, plain brown bags with no labels. They started small, approaching close friends and family. Anjali's cousin was their first customer, buying a pack for her husband and whispering, "These are so much better than the itchy ones from the market." Word spread quietly among women at kitty parties and men at the gym. But trouble brewed when rumors reached their families. Anjali's conservative parents were horrified. Underwear business, what will people say? You're ruining our reputation. Her mother cried. Lucky's father, a retired teacher, lectured him for hours. This is not respectable work, son. Find a proper job. The pressure mounted, and one evening, after a heated argument at home, Anjali showed up at Lucky's door in tears. Maybe they're right. This is too risky. We're embarrassing everyone. Lucky pulled her inside, away from prying neighbors. No, Anjali, this is our dream. Remember why we started. For independence, for something real. He paused, his heart racing. In the dim light of his room, he finally confessed what he'd buried for years. And because I believe in you more than anyone, I've always loved you. Not just as a froze, her eyes widening. She'd felt sparks too, but fear of ruining their friendship had kept her silent. Slowly, she smiled through tears. Odiot, why didn't you say sooner? They shared their first kiss that night, tentative and sweet, sealing not just their partnership, but something deeper. Emboldened by their new relationship, they pushed forward. Lucky suggested online at first through a simple website. Orders trickled in from nearby towns, then cities. Women loved the comfort, men appreciated the durability. They added kids' sizes too, making it a family brand. But competition struck when a big chain store flooded the market with cheaper knockoffs. Sales dipped, and they faced their biggest crisis, debts piling up, suppliers demanding payment. In a desperate move, Anjali organized a secret Om party, like those in foreign movies she'd seen. She invited a group of trusted women friends to her aunt's house, showcasing samples over tea and snacks. No pressure, just honest talk about fit and comfort. It worked magically. Women opened up about their frustrations with ill-fitting undergarments, sharing laughs and stories. Orders poured in, and the women became unofficial ambassadors, recommending to others. Lucky handled the men's side, partnering with local tailors and gyms for discreet displays. He even designed a Lucky charm in briefs with subtle motivational prints inside the waistband like a "Stay Strong" or "Dream Big." It became a hit among young guys. As the business grew, they hired more home stitchers, mostly women who needed flexible work. "We're not just selling Chaddis," Anjali would say in team meetings. "We're giving people comfort and confidence." Challenges kept coming. A jealous competitor spread rumors that their products were substandard, leading to a temporary boycott. Anjali and Lucky worked tirelessly, getting quality certifications and inviting customers for factory tours. Transparency won trust back. Then came the pandemic like slowdown when markets shut, forcing them fully online. They innovated with subscription boxes, monthly deliveries of fresh pairs, and eco-friendly bamboo fabric options. Through it all, their love blossomed. Late nights at the workshop turned into stolen moments. Arguments over designs ended in laughter. Lucky proposed one day amid stacks of fabric bolts, on one knee with a ring made from a scrap of their first successful batch. "Anjali, you've been my luck all along. Marry me." She said yes, tears mixing with joy. Years passed, and Comfort Threads became a recognized brand, expanding to stores in multiple cities. They employed dozens, supported local artisans, and even launched a charity line donating undergarments to underprivileged kids. Anjali and Lucky's wedding was a grand affair, attended by their now proud families and loyal customers. As they exchanged vows, who knew starting a Chaddi business would lead to this? Their story became local legend, a tale of friendship turning to love, risk turning to reward, and turning something ordinary into extraordinary. In the end, it wasn't just about the underwear, it was about daring to dream, supporting each other, and finding comfort in life's unexpected twists.